Oh, hello friends, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are from my era of gaming, Defender of the Crown, and that little crescendo music, dun 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 dun. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it down, hopefully. I don't want to turn it completely off, but yes, so Defender of the Crown. So this is, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go right through it as I start talking. So for those unfamiliar, this is what the game used to look like. Little MIDI music right there. So this was by a company called Cinemaware, and their whole thing was we can make video games elevated to look like cinematic experiences. So the cast of characters, etc. Very cool. The game, though, even back then, was not considered like an amazing piece of work, exceptionally deep. It was more about the experiential, like there's a little bit of a mini strategy game in there, and all of this kind of cinematic stuff. Nowadays, it's so rudimentary, it barely holds up. Some might disagree, but also, from what I understand, this is the Amiga conversion, which was considered from a gameplay perspective one of the weakest. So I'm just going to take one of these because I just want to show you some of the graphics. Oh, I quit out. All right. I just want to show you some of the graphics so that you can get a kind of feel. So we start off by visiting Robin, who says he's going to help us out, since England's in distress. Normans are, gathering to fight the Saxons, etc. So, yeah. So, we play one of the lords that already has a castle in England here, and I believe it is random. I'm on gamepad mode, so it's not letting me see the mouse. But you can see in the middle of the screen, the light blue. There's my horse with my army, and so on your turn, it's turn-based. You have the option. You actually have to click Read Map to actually look at the map. But there you go. That's our home, right? Which is actually the center's a pretty good spot to start. And then you can look at a given thing and it tells you, here's the county, and then here's how much income it's worth a month when you own it. And then vassals is you can basically recruit them. So it's free soldiers. So, we can definitely see a difference. Like if we go up here, there's 12 and 2. 6 and 4, so you get a little, so it's more income per month, but it's less people initially. And right here, it's only 2 a month. Leicester, only 2 a month, and no vassals, so you get no men. So that's definitely a terrible territory in terms of earnings, but it might be considered strategically important, that middle territory. So ultimately, what's happening is we want to go and grab land, get income, and then the gold is essentially for buying armies. So we can go to build army here. And so it says, you've got 8 gold, so you can buy soldiers for 1, knights for 8, catapults for 15, and then castles where you can build castles in the, not your main castle, but like kind of outposts. So yeah, and then let's just see a little rudimentary. So I'm going to go ahead and just use all my gold on more soldiers. So we got 22 soldiers now. And let's go seek conquest, build the campaign army. So right now they're all at home. So we're going to go ahead and take, if you leave your castle undefended, someone could come along. Now, note, they do have to siege it first. So I believe without a catapult, even 2 soldiers won't hold it, but maybe I'm wrong. Send forth the campaign army. So let's just go grab this one. And so there's no fight to grab neutral territory. You just freely get it. Now you can see what just happened. It all happens very quick. Wow, we're just in a battle. I can't even pause it. Okay, so somebody attacked me, and yeah. So this is one of the problems with the game. It's just not friendly to and barely any sound, which also I remember there being more sound effects, but when you're young, you sort of remember these things and maybe you don't. So just to show another kind of funny, kind of the visuals that really, like, so here's the jousting tournament. So I'm holding a tournament which costs some money. And this is definitely one of the most famous shots. I believe this was like the box art as well. So I'm hosting a tournament. And like I said, this sort of visual art was just so Like they were using the full color palette. This was, I guess, what did the Amiga have? 256 colors on screen, maybe. Um, and so we'll just play one of the people. So you can either joust for fame or land. I'm not really sure what fame does. It might just be a way of saying you don't have to worry about anything else. So then you sort of just bounce around. You just want to aim at the horse, and I missed. So I was the red guy in the back, and there goes the joust. So some terrible mini games as well. The jousting one particularly hard. But anyway, we're going to quit this because I actually don't find this playable by today's standard. It's just simply, um, yeah, it's lacking information on the screen of what's really going on strategically. The mini games are just incredibly hard to control because this was back in the day of single button joysticks. Um, I remember it being a bit more playable than that, but I was mainly on the Atari ST, so I remember it being a bit better, but I don't know. But so what they've done is that there's this Kingdom mode which I haven't even tried yet. It's supposed to be a kind of moderate deck builder game, deck builder roguelike, it says at the bottom. But the classic mode is the game, but with in retro-inspired visuals, but improved, and then just much more improved interface and controls and a few tooltips and stuff. So this is giving us right at the front of those characters we're picking. What do the traits mean? So leadership is for battles. Jousting obviously will make you better in the tournaments, and then sword play, which we didn't see an example of in the retro mode, but you can raid castles for money, as well as try to save the maids, the damsels in distress. So I'm gonna go with, I think we're going to start easy, and I'm going to say that, like, Cedric, I think is the best because battles are what you're going to do more than anything in the game. Jousting, you can joust for land, so it could be very powerful to use if you could like just joust your way through the game. I don't know. I've never really done that. And then swordplay definitely has its place because raiding gets you gold, and then an interesting thing is that when you rescue the damsels, it increases your leadership, which I don't think the original game did. So there is that sort of element of, well, you could go for, like, can you survive with low leadership early and then improve it over time? Um, so I don't know. I'm gonna go with, or maybe we just go with the even keel guy. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll try to save some damsels and improve our leadership.
1149, when the king returned from the Holy Land, and the kingdom rejoiced. He knighted 6 great warriors, who had led him to victory over the infidels, granting his heroes power, wealth, and vast dominions. Many years have passed in peace, until disastrous news shakes the land. An assassin took the king's life. The kingdom is in chaos. Worse still, the crown itself has disappeared, and there is no heir to the throne. Normans and Saxons are preparing armies. Each side accuses the other of killing the king and stealing the crown. One of the knights, a noble Saxon, turns his horse toward the Sherwood Forest.
And so obviously they've added a very cool little storybook intro. And this is just like you saw in the retro version. The first thing you do is you visit Robin. So you visit your friend Robin Locksley. Many years have passed since you served with Robin, but your bud is too old to bear the task of restoring peace to the land. He believes the fate of England is now in your hands. Raise an army, reunite fractured kingdom, and basically Robin Hood is kind of like a little, like, you go to him for aid 3 times, and when you go to him, he boosts everything for Eternal 2. I can't remember. So essentially you can go to him and then go attack someone, and he gives you a bunch of men to fight with you. Or you can raid a castle and he temporarily improves your sword play. I think he also improves tournaments. So yeah. And so you can see it's kept its inspired little, like its retro pixel art look, but we have more information on the screen now. And again, so it's shown here. You can see your treasury. So what do we got? We've got the money we've got in, income we're getting. We've got how many soldiers are at home and how many are in our campaign army. And then you can now also they changed that building an army. So actually buying an army consumes a turn, which in the original game apparently didn't. So you could build and immediately move out, which I think kind of hurt the like tends to make the game very quick. Um, and then announce a tournament to win fame and lands. Tournament takes up a turn. Um, I never really understand the point of holding a tournament. I mean, obviously, if you're a good jouster, maybe you will. So you're spending 5 gold, and the hope would be that you'll win land from other players, but other players will also just hold tournaments, so you can just participate in them. Some stuff is not in the encyclopedia, but it does give you a bunch more information that you certainly did not have in the original. Yeah, See, it says, like, for instance, you can win fame or land. To win the round, focus on aiming with your spear, blah blah. But like, it doesn't tell you what fame does, and I don't see a fame category as an example. So, uh, um, but there's kidnap maidens. So first fair maiden you snatch from the enemy, you'll get 2 leadership points, and then every other lady you get additional leadership. If your wife is abducted, rescuing her will bring additional leadership, while refusing to do the rescue costs you gold. So by having you sort of could, you could end up costing you money if you don't like fight the raid. I'm not sure if like fighting a raid consumes your turn, like they steal your lady and then you've lost a turn. So there's lots of different things. I guess the other thing about the Saxons Normans though is an interesting. So we are Saxon, and at the beginning, we play as Saxon, and your fellow Saxons treat you as an ally. So the alliance gives you strategic advantage. You can freely traverse their lands without battling. But the fragile friendship lasts only until you attack any Saxon castle or land. Once you actually become hostile. So I don't know if this was. I don't think this was in the original. But they never attack you, so it gives you a long period of time where you've kind of got no concerns from the the top side of the board. So you can see, so we are over here on the west, Clwyd in Wales, and we are Wilfred of Ivanhoe. And then to our northeast, we have Geoffrey Longsword in Nottingham, and he's a Saxon. And then we've also got Cedric over in Cumbria to the north, and he is also Saxon. So they are not going to attack us. Now, obviously, if they do land grabs, then if we want the land, we're going to have to, we're going to have to turn the alliance over. And then meanwhile, down in the south, we've got Norfolk, Philip, over in the far east. He's making 6 income from his castle, 8 to Roger in Buckingham, and then down in Cornwall, which I've still yet to go to in real life, an 8 income. So yeah, but he's way in the corner there. What do we make? We only make 3 from ours. So you see, they actually start by making quite a lot more than us. All right. So let's get going. First of all, we're going to go ahead and, so we've got 14 soldiers home. So we're going to go ahead and transfer out all but 2, I guess. And then let's take some territory. So yeah, you can see, wow, to our left. So we just kind of head for Wales. But I kind of like the idea of kind of cutting off. So yeah, you don't get much income, but you could sort of start by cutting off the east here so they don't sort of start entering our territory. I'll go north. Income of 4, 6 vassals. So we're going to get 6 free soldiers out of that. And yeah, you can see that already our buddy, yeah, and they've already encroaching to the east there. Robin raids enormous strong and sends each Saxon 25 pieces of gold. So there's just a random event. We got ourselves 25 gold for free. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we've got 40 gold. And then some emissaries have vassals who await your orders. So now, see, there's 6 guys there now. I'm going to take them all out. So this is free. I am... that's not right. So wait. So transfer forces out of the territory. So we're not going to protect any of that territory because it's the Saxon territory, so they can't attack us. Um, Now, we could spend the 40 money and build an army, but that will consume a turn. I want to get this land quickly. I have a fear that our man Roger here in the pink player is going to take Glamorgan. Probably will. And there's not much we can do about it. Actually, oh, we can. I think it's free to travel. Yeah, it's free to travel down one. There we go. So now we can go down here. So you can travel through your land for free, I believe. I don't see anything that says otherwise time. And then let's go ahead, we'll go left. And now I got myself those 16 soldiers as well. Um, all right. And then you kind of have to keep it. You don't know where any of the other armies are. You can only watch the map and see what they last took. Oddly, it doesn't, it feels like that's a little bit of a weird quality of life thing. Just show us where the last territory taken was, so you can assume. I mean, because I believe they can. Can't remember if you can move after you've conquered. I don't think so. I wasn't allowed to. But anyway, so yeah, so conquer all those Norman castles to win. Saxons are friendly towards you from the game start, but the peace is very fragile. Protect your castle from invaders. Yeah. Okay, so now this actually is a bit bad. Is that my castle is completely undefended, or there's like two guys in it. So probably need to sort that out a bit. I do want to go ahead and grab those other 16 guys there, so that'll end my turn. The other question is, how many people am I taking out of this territory? Because now, he could potentially get into it. I think I'm going to leave like 4 just so that it's not a complete easy take. But yeah, having 30 in our army already is probably pretty good. Do I want to go ahead and grab... So I'm going to go home. Actually, you can just transfer forces. Yeah, so let's put 10 guys in our home. So they go home to protect the castle. Okay. Meanwhile, let's go on up here. Wait. There we go. To Gwynedd. Transfer or move. And we'll get those guys. So now we've got another 16 guys there. Oh, and so you can see there's a very contentious piece of land. It happened very quick again. Just like the retro game. Okay, it's just giving us more. I might get rid of this tutorial, but you can raid enemy castles to acquire additional gold. So it's a weird one. You can even raid the Saxons, oddly. It doesn't break the alliance, I believe. And you get gold. But it's a bit strange because you don't know how much gold they've got. You can only do it by assuming based on the amount of land they've got. Did they just spend it on an army? You don't know. So it's a little risky. But if you do the raid, you'll get you take some of the stores as well. I don't even think you get all of it. You get like half or something. Okay, so I'm definitely going to go home. And let's figure out, what have we got right now? Oh, shoot. Actually, let's go back. I assume I can do that without... Yeah, it's not clear if any time is passing when I move around like that. So let's definitely transfer the forces out of here. I'm going to take them all. All right, because that is fully protected by all Saxon land. The only contentious one is this Gloucester. Now, I just saw like it looked like Pink attacked it, or it looked like somebody fought in Gloucester, and then Green came in and fought it. So I don't know. I would guess they've got a relatively weak army. It might be risky, but I think it's time to do our first. Actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and build an army. Let's go home first. And now let's build our army. That's going to consume the whole turn, but now we could really... So let's definitely go ahead and grab ourselves our first catapult. Could also build a castle for 20 in that spot that's very risky and hard to protect. But we're going to build a catapult. I'm going to get ahead and get ourselves 2 knights. And then the rest is going to go towards a lot of soldiers. All right. And then that's it. Bye. All right. So keep an eye on the map. What just happened? So it looks like Cambridge, there was some fighting in Cambridge over there where it's highlighted. But I think I'm going to go after Gloucester now. So let's go ahead and transfer out our forces. So we're definitely going to take our knight and catapult. And then I guess I'm going to leave 10 at home. What's interesting is that, like, since the Saxons can't attack, the only real person who can attack me here is red. So there's actually no point in leaving them home. I can always send them home without any cost. So I think, might be crazy, but I'm going to send everyone. Take everyone out. Okay, so let's go attack Gloucester. So our first battle. So we're engaging with Roger here. And so he only has 7 soldiers and 3 knights, but he has a 4-point leadership rating. So there's some multiplier there that those 7 soldiers do. But we're going to obviously completely demolish this. But, you know, we want to lose as few people as possible. So you can switch between tactics. Again, the encyclopedia doesn't tell us what this does. You can kind of guess. I mean, stand and fight is the basic thing. Ferocious attack is, my assumption is it's kind of, if you have soldiers, you'll do more damage but take more damage. Bombard is, it uses the catapults, so it feels like you want to do that when you've got more catapults, and outflank uses more of the knights. I don't know really. And then you can retreat. I'm going to do a ferocious attack since yeah, I mean, it doesn't last very long, and the battles are real time. You don't pause them, you just sort of set a tactic. You can change the tactics, but it kind of clock ticks, you know? So, yeah, we only get to do 1 conquest a turn, so did that. Now, Brian is attacking us. I can't pause it. I don't know why it doesn't let you do that. So he's only got 18 guys, though. So I think, let's try and outflank, although he has more knights than me. We'll go with ferocious attack, but you see we've already... Yeah. So, we did have 75 soldiers at this point, but... Now we're down to 56. So we've lost 19 soldiers, but oh wow, we're getting attacked. Oh, yeah, okay, now Roger's coming at us with the rest of his army. But I think, yeah, he's got nothing. I think we only lost 2 soldiers there. So 3 battles got on there, and very, very weakened armies at this point. So this is going to be kind of interesting. I'm actually... So, you know, I've got a decent amount of money. I'm actually really tempted to just go after his castle since everybody just sort of threw everything they had at me. So let's try it, I think. I don't have any forces to try. I could even take... I'm going to take those remaining 4 vassals from... So let's go there. Transfer forces. Yeah, I'm going to take the 4 vassals from there and give it to my army because... yeah, and then, okay, now, what's interesting is that, so if I take the pink guy, the green guy might kind of come back at this empty territory. Which wouldn't be the worst. I could always take it back. But yeah, so the question is, am I leaving a few things in this territory before I go raid the castle? You have to sort of decide who's coming with you. Sure. I might regret it. Let's leave 5 guys there instead. Okay, so let's go after this castle. And he has the same leadership rating as me, so yeah. And then we're not going to raid the castle, and his sword plays a lot better. Siege it. So you'll see your first siege. And you only need 1 catapult for the siege. There's no upside to having more. So basically here, you're choosing which projectile to launch. And then you can storm right away, but there's no reason not to use your 6 shots. You basically get 6 days of sieging. So yeah, and actually though, what we can see is enemy garrison only has 1 guy in it. So there's really very little to fight. Like if I just storm the castle, even with the walls completely intact, I'm killing 1 guy. But we might as well do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the boulder. So you're really looking for those weak points in the wall. There's a little bit of a crack there. And then we're adjusting catapult. Pay attention to the tension clicks, which actually I've got the sound down on mine. It's going to be hard to hear those clicks. Hopefully this doesn't create feedback. But basically, so I'm going to start pulling down. I'm going to go with about 6 clicks. And launch. Oh, so it's a little not high enough, right? So it's got to go a bit more than that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I did like 2 more clicks. Oh, wow. Still bad. Okay. So yeah, you can see 2. I guess 7 then. There we go. And then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119 So now what we can actually do, we can even like send some fire in. Now, fire's a little lighter, but I'm going to assume 6 is fine. Maybe 5. Yeah. And so now it's, burning fire behind there and the garrison's empty. So we can just storm it. I've never really done disease. I'm not sure. Plague Prelude spreads sickness among defenders, weakening and breaking their ranks. So I think they don't die, but they're easier to fight at the end of it. But yeah. So we're just going to storm the castle. And I believe actually there won't even be a battle because there's nobody in there. There we go. So yeah, so there's one lord down. But yeah, my army's now getting attacked by Jeffrey. And yeah, so he did come in. So he had 17 guys. So by leaving 5 there, I don't know if I hurt any of his guys. Lord Jeffrey crushed your army. Yeah. Oh. Wait, Jeffrey attacked? I thought the Saxons can't attack me. Oh, Jeffrey's hostile now. So's Lancashire. Ugh. Okay, so my place is not protected. Okay, but that's fine because now... Okay, let's leave 10 guys in the castle. And then I've still got 40 guys in 2 knights, and he only had 17 guys, so I'm going to go take out his army since he's screwing with me. So I guess as soon as you take the first castle, the thing, yeah. So I didn't. So leaving 5 guys behind really didn't help. Leaving 5 guys behind did not help because all 15 of his survived. So I don't know. Seems like you're better off leaving it unprotected, but who knows? Okay, so now Brian's coming after me. I think that's the green guy. So he's still pretty weak. I think I'm just gonna leave it at, well, let's go to outflank, whatever that means. Yeah. Okay, so we're down to 22 men. But now both guys' armies are bad. Brian, so yeah, that's pretty good. I don't feel like we're gonna get attacked anytime super soon, although I have no idea. Pink up the top there has direct view into my castle, which actually is completely unprotected. Don't know how he hasn't come after me yet. Interesting. Okay, so I think orange is going to be the player to beat for sure. Got a lot of money at this point. Yeah, I think we are going to have to build our army, although I'd love to push the attack now that I know, Brian can't have anything. At least take his territory away. So he's making about 15 a turn, which could be 15 soldiers. So he, in this turn, if he just buys an army, he's got 15 more people. But yeah, I think I'm going to build an army, also protect me against if Lancashire attacks. So let's do that. Build an army, grab another couple of knights, and then the rest will make a lot of soldiers. I guess, again, I did not take a castle, but that's fine. All right, our first raid then. So yeah, I think we're going to definitely try to save Saxon. So Anna Lancashire's been kidnapped and been held at Norfolk. And of course, it doesn't... Another little thing, they don't let me look at the map, so I don't know... I can't remember who's at Norfolk. Like, I've just got to remember that. I don't know what his sword play rating is, so I can't make that decision. But I'm going to go save her, because if we win, we will... improve our leadership, which improves every battle from this point forward. So you basically can do a quick attack, big attack, or block. Strong attacks break through the enemy's block. You can parry, and if you parry just right, it staggers them. Same with you. So, a little basic fighting game. Well, and like, even when they're parrying, you actually do damage to them. So, it's kind of interesting. I mean, obviously it seems like you would just jam, but it doesn't work out. You will lose energy, and I don't get... So there's actually like... Yeah, and a strong attack you can't parry. Oh, see, now I got parried, and so now I'm a little dazed. That was a strong attack. The lunge is the strong attack. And parrying the strong attack doesn't actually defend it. Ugh. Oh, see, yeah, we're not doing well here because, wow. Okay, I usually do a lot better than this. So yeah, there's 2 more guys to take on, and the main guy's a boss. So yeah, I better be fucking. Oh, did not mean to swear there. Wow, 1 parry and I got. Okay, at least weakened him. Yeah, 1 parry and I got stunned, so I couldn't. All right. Yes, this is gonna be tough. Lots of lunges, this guy. I don't know if they changed their. Damn it, he stunned me. That's the thing that's gonna hurt you the most. I can't talk. I had to concentrate. I got it. So you see our maiden rescued Anne of Lancashire. All right. Yeah. As you turn to leave, a soft voice calls out from the dark corner of the chamber. She's here. Together you escape and begin the journey home. Now, in the original game, there was a even more risque sort of deal going on there. From what I remember, as a kid, I'm sure it must have seemed much more like adult than it actually was. But yes, you know, you win the hearts of the maidens. So now look at our leadership. It has bumped up to. And our leadership already increased by 1. I don't know where from, because we started with 222. So now we're very, very strong in combat. Okay, so let's go ahead. So I already built the army in. Let's transfer. So what are we actually planning to do now? I think we're going to go after our man in the south, and hopefully Jeffrey and Philip are going to just be kind of constantly embroiled. But I literally have no land protecting anything. Do I have nobody at home? No, I've got 46 guys at home. I don't know why it doesn't put the general amount of forces up there. Yeah, so what if we... Okay, even though I said, like, the buffer doesn't really help much. Let's try 8. So 8 up there, up into the north. And then I'm going to take from my army... No, I need from home. Don't want to move there. How do I transfer from home? Oh. Okay. So I think I'm okay leaving 10 at home. Let's grab some more knights. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go after Brian here with 50 guys and 4 horses. So let's cut off his territory down here. Okay, and now Jeffrey's coming back after us, the blue guy. And I'm not sure if like cutting out the supply line means I can't reinforce. That would make sense, but I don't think it works like that. But yes, to the tournament, and then you can see they honored the old champions. This is our first joust. So we joust for fame or land. I am definitely jousting for fame. I don't feel good about my jousting. I think I'm going to joust Jeffrey because he's annoying the hell out of me and he's the weakest guy. And so yeah, so basically you've got this balance on top of the horse, so LBRB, and then I've also got to move the sword itself. So it's very fast. Oh, yeah, I got him. Okay. So then each round you can just pick, you know, fame or thing. So if I'd have done for land there, I probably would have taken back his land. I think it's random which land you get. So who else I hate Brian. He's harder though. So let's go for Philip. I don't think it really matters though. So you know. So I'm just basically. I think I died there. No, I made it. It's hard to even know if you stayed on the horse or not. Yeah, I mean, this is about as fun to play as it is probably for you to watch this. But yeah, I'm basically just hauling my lance to the left, and then I'm watching the balance at the top. I don't really know. Tournament ended. That's the end of your day. You were not the champion. So I apparently didn't fall off the horse, but I lost that one. Don't know. Okay. You see, the jousting was always the weakest part of this game, and they really didn't improve it much, apart from the visuals there. Okay, so I want to push on Brian here. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, territory. You know what? Let's go ahead. We haven't asked Robin for help, so I'm going to go ahead and ask Robin for help to take the Brian's castle down at the bottom. So he says he will aid us. I don't think he ever doesn't aid us. But now you can see on the left there, you see how it's got like Robin Hood's like 23 soldiers, 5 knights that he's giving us in the army. Although I don't see aid anywhere else. I thought sometimes he'll put like so it might be random what he actually gives you. And yeah, I have been cut off. I can't transfer forces. That's kind of cool actually. I can't hold a tournament or transfer forces while I guess my army is cut off with no supply, but I'm going to go ahead and let's go after Brian here. Try to finish him off. So sieging Brian. And yeah, so he's got 32 garrisons. So we need to make this work. We need to take down the wall, fire in some disease or fire, and then just actually win a battle. So let's see. All right, so I'm going to go for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exactly. Oh, so close. So it needs to be a little higher. So it's probably 6 and a click. There we go. Okay, so what's that? Maybe 3? No, way too low. Okay, so that's more like 5. There we go. Okay, so that's a nice thing. It'd be great to breach the total wall, but I'm definitely going to throw some fire in there. And so how many did that kill? Oh, it only killed 3. All right, let's throw disease at the end. Ooh, this is a hard one, actually. Or do we just try to take the wall out? I don't see where the weak part of the wall is. All right, let's go with the disease. Oh, it's right at the bottom. I have no idea what that did, but... So we should be going in with 73. Yeah, 9. I mean, this should hopefully be enough, even with the wall not fully... Bombard, a good one. Outflank. We have a lot of knights. I would have thought outflanking is what knights do. There we go. Alright, so that's almost all of them done. I assume... I actually also don't know. It said you have to defeat the Norman lords to win. But now that Saxons are hostile to us, I don't know. Alright, at least they're still fighting. Norman plots plants seeds of unrest in you around the vassals revolt, you lose the territories. That's just a random event. That sucks. What did we lose? I have no idea what we lost. Wait, we lost the the castle I just took? That makes no sense. Let's take back this anyway. Yeah, I've got a lot of money, but I want to take back this territory because that is a really annoying one. Okay. Your home castle is being attacked. Okay, so now we're in trouble. I only left 10 guys there, I think. Probably not smart at this point in the game. And I have noticed he tends to be amazing. Yeah. Yeah, we've only got 10 guys. Your castle walls have to... Oh no, did we hold? Oh, he's taking... I thought he was taking that. I honestly don't know. It goes too quick. Why it doesn't let you pause? I think I just got killed. No, okay, he took that. I thought it said your home castle, which I'm almost positive it did. That's bug. So I've just lost both castles now. Interesting. Interesting. How much is that castle makes 8 income? I assume you can just take it though. All right, let's build our army. We've got 100 gold. Let's definitely get up. And I'm gonna build a castle as well. Let's put that here. And the castle also you get castle's 20, but you actually get 10 men out of it and the castle, so that's pretty good. Okay, so that's spent everything. So our home is pretty solid now. So your home castle's being attacked. Okay. It's so quick. Why? And then he always hits first boulder. I think that it's meant. Yeah, you're meant to assume it's. Wow. So yeah, I mean, they just don't want you to watch 6 attacks. All right. So it's actually pretty even though, and I have way better leadership. He has a lot of knights. I'm just gonna do stand and fight. Looks like I'm about holding. The knights are. My soldiers are doing more than the knights, I think. Yeah. What happens if I do a ferocious attack? Alright. So now the knights should just fall, because I think unprotected. Yeah. Great. Okay. Alright. Well, thank God So that was Philip. Okay. I think Philip. I assume Philip. Okay. It says I still have 74 people at home. I'm so confused. So I don't know what just went down and yeah, I'm very confused. Okay, so who just attacked me? Philip, that's the orange guy, isn't it? Yeah, so orange, I think he was attacking me. Yeah, he was attacking Gloucester, where I just put up the castle and defend. I still have 14 guys there. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Hmm. So I think what I want to do is take that castle back. He has no army anymore. I'm going to go ahead and let's transfer. I think I'll have to leave at least 20 guys back home because, you know, the Saxons could attack me from the rear now. Yeah, but I think he's definitely got. Buckingham cannot possibly have anything going on here because he just fought me from there. Yeah, there's only 3 people there. Okay. All right. Well, let's do this relatively quick. I really wanted to just to practice. So, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, come on. So 5.5. So that's exactly where it was. Okay. One. So there's 4 between the clicks. Okay, so that's 6. And it does it. Okay, maybe you never do a half. You always want the click. I don't know. Let's try and get this one as well. So, I mean, if that was 5, that's got to be 3, right? I guess not. So it's 4? Yeah, okay. And then that's 3? That looked like a dead-on hit to me, but whatever. Doesn't matter. This should be over literally on the first attack wave. So I lost 1 guy. So the real problem is that he's definitely got, you know, he's earning income. I should take back that castle in the bottom left, but, you know, okay, now Jeffrey's attacking up top. 8 against 15. I'm just going to do a stand and fight. No, he just dies right away, huh? Wow. Doesn't... 8 guys still don't even do... Well, I don't think with 15 guys in his army he's going to be able to take that my home castle, so I'm okay. I feel fine about that. So I think I'm going to press on and try to take out Brian here. So yeah, let's go on to Essex. So before we do that, what are we going to leave in this castle? We're going to definitely leave 10 guys. Okay, and then cut that guy off. So they're fighting there. Robin raids a Norman stronghold and sends everyone 25. I don't really need the money right now. because buying an army consumes a turn. I just want to push. So orange and purple were fighting, I saw. I think I'm going to ask for Robin's help again and just go take out the last Norman here. So, Robin, I want some help. What are you going to give me? 8 guys, 5 knights. All right, whatever. You don't care about the battle for England, clearly. All right, so we're sieging the last Norman. Okay, so that looks exactly like the 5 again. It's 22 people. So there's 5, or was it 6? 6. Okay, and then this one we think is 5. No. So okay, it was sort of 4.5. So there, it is taking the halves. And then let's send some fire in. So 22 down to 13. So that did a lot. That's good. It almost feels actually, let's just do that again. I don't know if it has, so it only did 3 that time. So I don't know, I don't know how random that is at all. Let's just try to finish this off just to see. So last one was 4. So it did 3.5. No, it looks like it was a little too high, so maybe 3 was the one. But either way, I'm not too worried because we've got like 60 plus people against 7. Let's just do a ferocious attack. Yeah. All right. So do we win? We killed all the Normans, but I've got a feeling, even though it says kill all the Normans, you've got to take out the Saxons too. Of course, that gets us the rest of the territory. Oh no. As you defeat the last enemy, you return to the palace, escorted by Robin and his men. So yeah, so you just have to deal with the Saxons being mad. But you only need to get the 3 Normans.
Defeating the last enemy lord, you restore peace to the troubled land. Now it is time to crown a new king, a Saxon king. The men of Sherwood accompany you to the palace, where a jubilant crowd fills the throne room. An old friend ruled here once with fairness and compassion. Suddenly, excited whispers race through the crowded hall. The crown has been found. Robin has it. He was the thief who took the symbol of power after the king's death. His men have been guarding it in Sherwood Forest, safe from the Normans. Grinning broadly, the noble outlaw turns the crown over to the Archbishop, who begins the ceremony that will make you King of England.
Woohoo! We are King of England, the defenders of the crown. So that's it. That's Defender of the Crown. I don't know. I mean, this isn't a review or anything, but I did enjoy that, and I think it was desperately needed. That sounds very loud to me. I might be. So I do think it was desperately needed to upgrade some of the UI, make the sieging and the raiding more playable, because the raiding in the retro mode is literally just button mash. There is no, you don't have a parry move. There's no registering when you're actually hitting, so you're just kind of just ramming the button and seeing what happens. Jousting, they didn't really get better. I think the problem is that if you make it that it is a skill, high skill and lower luck, then you could just kind of play a game where you just do that and win every bit of land, I suppose. I don't know. The jousting is definitely more of a sort of thematic thing than, ever making any real sense. But yeah, it's. I think it's funny that the music doesn't loop. Yeah, maybe I'll try the Kingdom mode next. But like I said, grew up in this era. I just have fond nostalgic memories of loving this game, despite the fact that it probably was not that good. So I hope you enjoyed. and I will see you guys next time.